Finally, he found the right address and headed to the family home. The meeting was a whirlwind of emotions. When Federico's wife opened the door, time seemed to freeze. The tension was so intense you could cut it with a knife. Before you find out how this incredible story unfolds, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on other exciting stories. Enjoy. Nicola was a man known for his generosity and empathy. A successful architect in Florence, he lived with his beloved wife Silvia. Their life was an example of mutual love, respect, and support. His career was flourishing. His ability to transform ideas into reality was admired by colleagues and clients. However, what made Nicola truly special was his generous heart, always ready to help anyone in need. One day, while walking along one of the busiest streets of the city, Nicola noticed a homeless man sitting in a corner with a tired and desperate look. Moved by compassion, he decided to approach and offer his help. As he handed the man a €100 note, he noticed a peculiar scar on the homeless man's hand. His heart began to beat faster, suddenly recognizing that indelible mark. It was as if time had stopped and he had been catapulted back 10 years to that terrible car accident that had almost killed him. In front of him, sitting on the sidewalk, was Federico, the surgeon who had saved his life with an emergency operation performed between the twisted metal of his car. Disbelief and emotion mixed in Nicola's heart, leaving him speechless. Federico, visibly moved, began to tell his story. As a young man, he had always dreamed of becoming a surgeon, inspired by the stories of his mother, a nurse who transmitted to him the nobility of the medical profession. With great commitment and dedication, he had achieved his goal, becoming one of the most respected surgeons in the country. However, his life changed dramatically when he was struck by osteoarthritis in his hands, a condition that forced him to leave the operating room forever. The disease not only took away his ability to function, but also his self-confidence. The man invested all his resources in the search for a cure, but to no avail. His family, consisting of a loving wife and 2 children, supported him with determination. As time passed, desperation took over, leading Federico to seek solace in alcohol. This addiction further destroyed his life, causing him to lose his job, his home, and ultimately his family. Nicola listened attentively, his heart heavy with conflicting emotions. He decided not to leave Federico to that cruel fate. He invited him to his home, where Silvia welcomed him warmly. They offered him a hot meal, clean clothes, and a shower. The man, after so much time spent on the streets, finally felt welcomed and comforted. As the evening went on, the man found the courage to tell his whole story, including the pain of leaving his family. He admitted that he had walked away because he felt like a burden, unable to offer them the life they deserved. Tears flowed freely as he confessed that he had avoided all contact out of shame, despite the nostalgia that tormented him. Nicola, with empathy and understanding, offered to help him rebuild the bridge with his family. With determination, Nicola began to search for information on Federico's family, spending weeks collecting clues. Finally, he managed to get an address and, together with Federico, went to the family's house. The meeting was full of emotions. When Federico's wife opened the door, time seemed to stop. If you like this story, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other exciting stories. Thank you. Their eyes met for a moment that seemed eternal, full of emotions and memories never forgotten. In an instant, tears began to flow down both of their faces. The woman, with a stifled cry of joy and pain, threw herself into Federico's arms, hugging him tightly as if she never wanted to let him go. It was an embrace that spoke of forgiveness, hope, and rediscovered love. Emotions erupted in a crescendo of intensity, filling the room with palpable emotion as the family gathered around them in a moment of profound healing and reconciliation. Federico decided to take his addiction seriously and went to treatment to overcome depression and alcoholism. With the support of Nicola, Silvia, and his family, he was able to find a new purpose in life. Even though he could no longer operate, he began working in a clinic, dedicating himself to caring for patients and finding new gratification in his work. Federico and Nicola's story is a powerful example of how generosity and compassion can transform lives. The man had saved his life 10 years earlier, offering him a second chance. Now, he had returned the favor, offering Federico new hope and the chance to reconcile with his family. Their story teaches how, even in the darkest moments, compassion and friendship can make a difference, bringing light and hope.